Alright, we are back at it again. Murder Drones episode 6 is out and my sleep schedule is suffering. Let's get into it. I have now well and truly given up on them ever changing this intro. Rip off Internet Explorer. Capitalism. Also dogs. The power to everything except this computer shuts off. This background music sounds like it's diegetic, but it makes absolutely no sense for it to be that way because, once again, the power is out. We are Stan Glitch delivered. This is what worker drone feet look like. These two sentries somehow didn't notice this drone, despite the fact that she is less than a meter away from them.
Tessa?
Deja vu.
There's this little...
Nobody bit her, so she decided to bite someone else.
Effective drones were cloned more.
We'll just ignore the fact that you had the lowest kill count in the pilot, and your incessant monologuing caused your death.
Sin disappeared on Earth. Boss ran away.
Ratting out your superiors, cause that always ends well. Jay's tail is missing its internal lighting effects. Oh, yeah, she's still here.
That's kind of a big page.
Up next to speak on behalf of JC Jensen, we have Captain Obvious.
Enter labs with this symbol.
This place needs multiple logistics officers.
Jay, mind my ship.
Yet another L for J. I'm all for it.
Why in bold doll?
Deja vu.
Gave them a sickness she inherited.
Subtle necklace covering.
Coming or what?
Tessa survives this. Nice little detail showing that Uzi still isn't very good at flying. Ominous oil marks are ominous. These drones had the capability to draw multiple somewhat realistic depictions of the Sentinels whilst bleeding out. So this is where that message from episode 4 came from.
Right.
Appropriate reaction.
You guys.
Finger guns.
Control.
Unnecessary front flip is unnecessary. Kicking the monitor off of the desk should not have caused this to print out. Appropriate reaction. On all fronts.
That was... Except I'm going this way, don't take me to Kansas!
Politeness. They named this file with all caps and no underscore between words.
Shoot the baby immediately.
And decides to take the stormtrooper out and dump most of his mag into the floor. Oh, so now the BS EMP that only affects Uzi affects everyone. Five Nights at Freddy's, anyone? This magnet is successfully clinging to Uzi's head through her hair and her beanie. Despite having access to murder drone arms which can cut through drones like butter, Alice still chooses to use this axe. There is no way more than one head would be able to fit in this bucket.
I try not damage good parts.
Well, that's not how wires work.
Or some parts more valuable than others, ain't they? More valuable.
Even in the face of death, V is still looking for ways to one-up Uzi.
Cut that thing up and you're gonna get a big creepy worm. An improvement.
The execution of that roast was terrible.
Ain't our first.
Some of these hearts are just labelled as corrupted core, but others have names on them. What's with the disparity? Put that on my gravestone. Bo pulls the saw back up and away from end for dramatic effect.
We got noise kid here! Need more cities. It's bitey.
It's bitey is not the correct reaction to having your finger bitten off.
Finally, the code!
Tessa would not have been able to see the code from this angle.
Easy, creep. You've got the wrong...
Ouch.
They've gotta be in there, right?
No worries. We'll save V.
That does not answer the question. Also, why are you at this computer at all? You already know where the elevator is. The screen turns yellow without any inputs. That is an incredibly large number of fingers to have collected if you think they're junk.
Can't get back in our rooms, neither.
Okay, this is definitely a FNAF reference. There is no reason for this Sentinel to eat the camera. That's not how physics works. If the core had collapsed into a black hole, the rest of the planet would have been absolutely obliterated and sent hurtling away, or have dropped into the event horizon.
You know it mutates and damaged AI.
Tessa picks up this keyboard like it's a touchscreen. All of the commands in this list relate to data entry, except for this one, which says take a gander at Earth.
It took a sin as a host.
Does this mean that N's memories were censored so he couldn't remember any of what the humans looked like? That would explain why Tessa was happy that N remembered him. In fact, this whole scene deserves a few minutes out of a theory video, but that's for another time. This camera is in black and white, but Nori's eyes are still somehow yellow.
All they did was spread it.
Tessa throws this keyboard back on the desk upside down.
You can fix her, right? That's why you're here?
Hopeless optimism.
When we get to the labs and find that list, I'll need you to choose the universe over one little drone and...
Nice little touch showing N's face in the mask to suggest that that is probably the expression Tessa has on right now. Tessa didn't notice the Sentinel walking up to N. There should not be this much oil coming out.
Human, order you two. Be a nice dingo.
That is definitely not a dingo. It does, however, have her baby. How to Train Your Dragon, anyone?
What?
How did Alice not notice any of this until now?
Oh, don't mind.
Appropriate reaction. Alice gets this door to be almost closed, but in the next shot, teleports back to be open wider than their head. This door has squash and stretch for some reason. Lack of self-preservation. Why do you not empty your clip here? Creepy.
Wiki.
And gets an Australian update. Also, as an Australian, nobody in this country uses boot looped.
I can take a squiz of
You
it.
said you could control the Sentinels!
And do you believe that? Deja vu thrice. And is suddenly on one knee in this shot. This one light decides to regain power for dramatic effect. There is no reason for the Sentinel to walk on the ceiling. V will not shoot this thing for the rest of the episode. Liam realised he needed a way for these two to talk without making noise halfway through writing this episode, so he came up with this. Overly long hallway is overly long. You can tell this is a trap because the buffering symbol isn't in the middle of Doll's face.
That's...
Synchronized squint.
yeah, no, never mind.
Well, that's not how physics works.
Oi!
Tessa walks past these three and grabs the bug without any of them noticing. Also, this emoji takes up 2 lines of space. Seriously, who programmed that?
Ew.
Don't date my robot.
Nobody can decide how close these two are to the end of the hall.
You, ew, you're mean!
That's 0 and 2 on comebacks this episode. You gotta pick it up, Uzi. That's definitely not how physics works. This elevator only has one entrance, despite the fact that it is in the middle of a hallway. This Sentinel disappears between shots.
Uh-oh. Hope I don't human everywhere.
That is not how blood works. Also, you should be in an incredible amount of pain and asphyxiating right now. The seal on your suit is definitely broken. This guy lands backwards for dramatic effect. The Sentinel keeps a functioning murder drone arm in its stomach. Hawkeye, eat your heart out.
Did I get it?
V still hasn't fixed these glasses or stolen some from another drone. Cutting off your friend's hand. Creepy.
Bugger, that's bad.
Captain Obvious returns. Hello, new wallpaper. This may be, quite possibly, my most hated trope in all of entertainment. Just shoot at the damn thing. I don't care what made a noise over there.
Uzi, I trust you.
Ving, please!
Oh, for God's sake! There was so much time for you to dive into that elevator, you stupid machine!